Okay, so this is kind of the virtual tour of our current state of imprisonment. That's the front door and the front porch. Those windows over there go to bedrooms. Got this tree. It's kind of half dead. We got to get some work done on it. Yeah, I got this lovely tree here, which you can see has some really pretty flowers. Some of them have some brown leaves or brown flower petals because we had a frost after they started blooming. And then we've got our Narnia style light post, which we're transplanting. We're transplanting a bunch of daylilies out of the backyard into here because they're really hardy. They'll grow any damn where. And you can practically just yank them out of the ground. So, excuse me. So they're really easy to move and they do real well. So we're moving those out front. This is really cool. This tulip just sprouted in our yard out of absolutely nowhere. No idea where it came from. But we're probably going to transplant it over into the bed with the light post. So this is, here you can kind of see where some of the tree is in really rough shape. Ugh, my allergies are killing me. I was really bummed because I thought my rose bush from last year had died, but I can see at the bottom there's actually a lot of new growth. So it's just like this because I didn't prune it. I didn't know I had to do that. Big gnarly ugly pine tree. So all of this where the grass is dead is our yard, and this is our fence. So that's the window into my room, and then this room over here is where our friend Joe lives with us, stays. Joe, aka Sherry Flambe, who's my drag mother. Alright, so we're gonna put more stuff in this bed too. And we're probably gonna put a big raised garden bed right here in front of the concrete pad so that we can grow flowers in a raised bed and stuff. I think it'll look pretty. This is really cool. You probably can't tell from looking at it because Cindy tried to murder it last year before I stopped her, but that's a yucca plant. And I was like, you know, I don't have much to remind me of home except for our 3 yuccas, so leave that shit the fuck alone. So that's another one. That's another one. I have no idea what this little scrubby pine looking thing is, but that shit can go. So yeah, and here's our incredibly messy dining room. We got the window open right now because there's a bunch of seedlings in here on the table. Here's my mom mobile. It's a 2006. It needs to be taken out back somewhere and probably shot. All right, let's go around this side. So over here, a lot more of the same. Got some. We just put in a brand new fence door hardware thing because the old one like rotted away. All right, the backyard is kind of a huge mess, but part of that is I've been building things. Like I built this, And what's going to happen is that's going to come down, and buckets are going to go on top of it with holes drilled in the bottom of them. And we're going to grow potatoes in that. This bed is all peppers, jalapenos, hot chili peppers, habaneros. And then over here we got a few more pepper plants and also some onions that have started to come back up. And I don't know if there's mint in there still or not. This is really cool. These are strawberries. And the thing is, we didn't plant them this year. We planted them last year, and they just sort of came back. And I'm like, hey, fucking free strawberry plants. I can dig it. This is going to be tomatoes. I got a lot of tomato plants this year. And then this is how we prep the beds. I built this. It's not one of the pre-made metal ones that we bought, because I've got all this lumber that used to be a deck that we tore down because it was frankly a breeding ground for skunks and other thing, and the dogs got sprayed a couple times, and we were just like, yeah, fuck this shit. So we tore it apart completely. It was over there. Anyway, I bought the 4x4s and the screws, but the rest of this is all recycled lumber from the deck. And then this is mostly Amazon boxes. You put these in the bottom to kill the grass and the sod, and then that becomes nutrients for the soil and adds a bunch of different things into the soil that are good for it. And it's a little wet because it's been really rainy here, which is fine. We got to get some dirt to put in here, but we've got a line on somebody's going to bring us some dirt for free, and I'm like, don't gotta tell me twice. So this is the disgusting shed of spiders. We don't go near it. And then over here we've got a whole bunch more of those daylilies, and then you can see this empty area of dirt here where a lot of the daylilies in the front yard came from. And then this area, which is mostly overgrown with clover and a little bit of grass now, this is where the deck was. You can see some of the posts for that, and water collecting because it's a low spot in the yard. And then more daylilies because 50 bazillion of those was apparently not enough. So the nice old lady who used to live here until she died, I guess, had nothing better to do with her life. This is the pump for our pool. We have a real actual in-ground pool. We haven't opened it for the season yet. I don't actually know if we're going to. I hope so, because I fought hard to get this pool into shape last year, and it was a giant pain in the ass. So I want to be able to enjoy it this year. I have no idea what these purple flowers are. Cindy would know, because that's the kind of thing she gives a shit about. My fence almost blew over. This is my fence repair, because I'm cool like that. And of all the shit I learned in the service, this was kind of like the last thing I thought I would ever actually use. But my insurance is like, yeah, your deductible's $2,000, so that's probably about $400 to fix, so don't even bother. And I was like, oh, okay, well, fuck that. And then these are my peach trees. Peaches. Peaches need about 12 feet distance from the center, so about 25 feet in diameter. So what we've done is we've given them a little bit more than that 12-foot distance between them, so their root balls are gonna touch a little bit, but that's okay because that's how they communicate, or at least that's the leading theory that I've read. And they're starting to look a lot more similar, but like this one and this one at first, before these flowers really started to dry out. You can kind of see on this one more what the color was, the sort of really vibrant pink that the flower petals were. And this one's the same way. It's got those same brilliant pink flowers. But this one didn't look like that at all. And at first we thought, like, is it an apple? Is it a different sort of peach? Or the fuck? And what we decided by, like, looking really closely at the leaves, they have the same sort of pattern with the almost serrated looking edges, and the stamens and the flowers, even though they're not exactly the same color, are really similar. Really, really similar. So we're thinking it probably is. Maybe it's a different variety of peach. We don't know. So over here, this is the other, I think this is 4 foot by 8 foot. Maybe it's a little smaller. I'm not 100% sure. But Cindy bought another one of these big metal ones. And the big metal ones are great. Like, don't get me wrong. But I've got all this lumber I can recycle for free. So why are we buying these? So I put a stop to that. And I said, you know, I'll just build them. We need them, I'll build them. I've got the tools. So let's not spend money where we don't have to. We need to put some more cardboard down over there. We're trying to kill all the cardboard around this, or all the grass around this, because it's kind of hard to see, of course, through the cardboard, but it's all dead too. Because my son was very helpful, and we said, hey, Giannis, don't cut the cardboard, or don't cut the grass too short. Don't cut it, you know, more than a couple inches. So he cut it right down to the dirt and promptly killed all of it. And we have no idea where the key is to this lock, but if I cut that bolt and get another one, then this is another fence we can kind of go through to get back into the front side of the yard. And then this is just the side of the house. Joe's room. Joe's bathroom. My bathroom. Well, kind of the main house bathroom, I suppose. And I have no earthly idea what this plan is, other than something I'm going to probably cut down. I think it's a rose, actually, looking at the leaves. Huh. These garbage bags are here because we had them draped over the trees to kind of ward off the frost, and then it got really stormy and they blew down, which sucked. But it worked. The trees don't appear to have any frost damage. Central air unit, electrical, phone, cable, my Heart wind chime that I love so much, and then Cindy's noisy ass fucking wind chime. It's kind of cool too. And then that in there is all the kitchen, water, grill, new grill. Cindy managed to set the old grill on fire and completely kill it. Enough said. And then down here, this is kind of interesting. I haven't got the conversion kit yet. Well, I have the kit. I just haven't installed it. But this is an actual natural gas line that comes out through this pipe from the basement area. And normally I would say that's like really amazing and cool, because there's a conversion kit you can get that'll convert your propane fuel for your grill to natural gas, and then you can just run it off of your gas line and not pay for propane. The big problem is that this pipe is copper, and copper for gas is a huge no-no. It's just like saying, please make my house explode now. Okay, thanks. the dogs like these cushions and stuff, so we left them out here. That's my saw. I really actually should take that inside. I was out here earlier cutting stuff. Fire pit, table, some lumber. And then in here is our sunroom. And this is where we've got various things, like these are some bulbs I'm planning to plant. And these are this is like all the tomatoes and that kind of stuff. An exercise bike we never use. I got this other rose bush. I'm going to try to put one in a year. So I actually need to get 2 more, and then it'll be one a year from when we moved in. We are in our 4th year in the house now. Chest freezer holds a lot of frozen veggies. That was a pool cleaner. It was nice. It died. We need another one. Oh fucking well. So, and I'm gonna do some horseradish and some asparagus and gosh, what else did we had a 4th one. I don't know where that went exactly. And I got a lot of seed packets, some of which have that permeable sort of paper tape that has the seeds in them, and you just put the strips out. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. Ratty old couch that we put out here because it was still serviceable. It was just ugly. So yeah, that's the yard, the sunroom, the outside of the house, and a complete tour of the garden.